So I'm reading.
Nicht, das ist doch genial. Ja, großartig. Wir fahren erst ein bisschen raus, nicht? Ja, der
Wow,
See gehört uns, nicht?
I think
Ganz
this is
zweifellos.
Ticino or something.
Also einen Tag auf dem Wasser zu verbringen, ist doch die einzige Möglichkeit, die irdische Existenz überhaupt zu ertragen.
Aber haben Sie echt das gemacht? Oder?
So I'm reading this book. It's called Danke viel für das Leben, and she describes this child Toto, born without gender in East Europe, and a really difficult, horrible childhood. And the way she describes humanity reminds me of why I suffered as a human being and preferred animals. All right, Sam is going to knock down anything I am interested in because he doesn't like to compete and he wants to meet other cats. But I'm just thinking she's fascinating. Oh, there he is knocking down things. Sam really does need attention constantly. Anyway, this book is highly recommended. It's been translated to Hebrew. I guess it's also probably been translated to English. So her name is Sibylle Berg. Vielen Dank für das Leben. So she lives in Switzerland. Interesting enough, Zurich and Tel Aviv. All I can say is she must be very wealthy because I couldn't swing that. I had to choose. And I think the Swiss helped me choose. They made my life. I don't know how anyone who's a free thinker could live in Zurich unless you're really used to living under very regimented, like rules. You know, you're not allowed to, sorry, probably sneeze either after a certain hour at night. Dog barking is absolutely not allowed. I couldn't keep another cat. You know, the landlords there are like, we were kicked out a few times. Um, I made very few Swiss friends. They were interesting people. But I developed a sort of allergy towards anything Swiss, which is too bad because if I had a Swiss citizenship, I would have had a better financial situation than anyone on earth. And I kind of screwed that up. It's kind of, I lived 7 years in the same place. All I had to do was apply for Swiss citizenship, perhaps. But I heard that they only take like people they need. I think Switzerland for me was a nightmare. People didn't treat me nicely. I don't know what Sibylle Berg. Maybe she got in the right contact, and I did make good contacts. I met a professor once. I met all kinds of people, but nothing really stayed. Like if I needed help, there was nobody. There was one person who helped me take care of the dog, but I felt really I didn't make any contact. The language killed me. I guess if German is your mother tongue, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Switzerland is gorgeous, and it used to be a really free place. Like James Joyce lived there after he was persecuted in his homeland, and I guess in US also, I think his books weren't allowed. Or it used to be like a place where people escaped to, and for me, it was like a place I would want to escape from. It's a beautiful place, but it's like a golden cage, and it's so expensive to live there. I got kicked out of coffee shops because of dog barking. I got fined. So this is another side of Zurich. I would love to talk to her and say, how do you live in Zurich? It's such a horrible place. But I guess if you're used to rules, then it could be a great place and you have money. Used to rules and money. That's it. Then you can really enjoy hiking. And if you don't really expect human contact, could be a very good place for an artist who's really inside of themselves. But then I read she lives also in Tel Aviv, and I can't understand both cities are extremely expensive. So I don't get it. Um, Between the two, I guess if I could live in Zurich, I don't know, I would go crazy though during the winter also, and the lack of contact. I don't know. I really tried Zurich. It was like really I really tried to live there and it was really too difficult for me. Tel Aviv is not my ideal either. I feel like I haven't found my beloved city yet. And of course, there's the children I have who also are a factor. But this book, let me tell you, thank you for it just describes the life of a child and East Europe, but it could be anywhere. How difficult it is to be a child, the stages of life, and she reminds me of Günter Grass and the way she describes humanity in its worst. And then she has the story of how he runs into this commune. And I'm thinking maybe I should have gone to Germany to live in a commune, but I'd go crazy to live with other people. And these people, yeah, oops, I missed her. Anyway, read that book if you can. Sibylle Berg. Apparently she's quite famous. I really admire people that can write a lot, because I haven't been able to write anything actually since I've come here. 4 years ago, I've been busy doing these dead-end jobs with kids and not really getting anywhere. But the sky is blue in Tel Aviv, so I can understand. And there's cats and dogs. I can understand why she would really like to live here. If she knows people, she has friends. And I guess if you're famous, you can easily make friends. So anyway, Sibylle Berg, interesting writer. Do check her out. I'm going to read now whatever I can. I'm in the middle of this book, and she's now describing Toto's life in West, from East Germany going to the West, and just describing the life under communist East Germany was horrible. And she's also describing the life of animals in a way I really appreciate, how people abuse animals. And as I drink my coffee with soy milk, I'm all for it. I'm all for releasing animals from the slavery, and the way she talks about women also, the brutality against women. I can just say Sibylle Berg is a voice for a lot of people and animals and all those who are oppressed. I really admire her. And she seems like a really interesting character also. Anyway, check her out. Peace, light, and love.